Okay everybody, this is the first video you're going to see. We do a lot of videos in our class, and I post them on YouTube, the ones that are just of me at least, and so you guys could check them out later if you want. If you forget like a concept we're learning in math, or you forget something about like how heat moves or something like that, you could check out the YouTube of it later. So anyway, the first one's going to be about edmodo. Edmodo is something we use in our class a lot. It's kind of a place where our students can communicate about assignments, or if you want to say, hey, what's going on this weekend, I think I have to mow the lawn again, whatever. It's just kind of a fun place where you guys can do some social networking, but in a safe place. And also, I will be posting assignments on there periodically. Also, a lot of times, like with a math assignment, if you forget your book, I usually will have a copy of it on edmodo, so you can check it out if you free your book or something like that. Anyway, let's get started, and I'll show you how to log in. At the beginning of the year, you're gonna have to kind of type in a code to prove that you're in my class, and I let you in, because everything on edmodo I have to check out. So if you post a comment, I gotta see it. If somebody new signs on, I see it. That way we keep it safe, and so it's a safe place where you guys can communicate. So anyway, so when you type in any web browser, I'm using Safari here, but on a Mac, but you can use any web browser. It works on Windows. I have a Windows computer at home. It works great on. We built some Linux computers in here. It works on those, and any web browser it should work on. If it doesn't, let me know, and I'll try to help you out. But you just type in www.edmodo.com, and this is how you'll always get into edmodo. But for the first time, we're going to go ahead and, instead of just typing in your username or email and password, you go ahead and click I'm a student, because this is your first time. And for the group code, and you won't ever have to use this code again, but you'll have to use it the first time to prove who you are, you'll type in AZAM07. That's AZAM07. And then for your username, just type in your first and last name with no spaces. That way we always know who's talking if you post a comment or something. And by the way, you can't post comments just to another student. Every comment you post will either be directly to me or to the whole class. And that way we keep it safe, and we don't have problems with people kind of doing inappropriate stuff. So anyway, type in your first and your last name. I'm going to pretend that I'm going to be a 5th grader in our class next year. So I'm typing in my first and last name with no spaces. ADAMGINGERICH. Then my password. You'll want to remember username. If you have a name that's common, like there's other people that might have your first and last name exactly, might say unavailable. Mine says available because there's no other Adam Gingriches on here, I guess. But you could just type in a number afterward or something like that. That's okay, as long as you have your first and last name on there with no spaces. Password. You want to pick something that probably people aren't going to guess. I'm going to go ahead and type one in. And then your email. You don't need to put an email in there. This is something a lot of parents worry about, like, oh, my kid doesn't have an email yet. That's okay. You don't need one. And that's why I like this edmodo. This isn't an email service. So I'm not going to type one in because there's no real reason for it, and I would avoid typing one if I were you guys too. There's really no reason for it. If you really want to, check with your parents, make sure they're cool with it, and then you can put your email in there. I'm going to go ahead and now put my first name and last name. Ooh, should probably capitalize that. You don't need to in the username, but it might be a good idea to here. Okay, so then you click sign up, and now check it out. I am part of the, G's 5th grade class, 2012. And the reason it says 2012 is because that's when you guys are going to graduate 5th grade. Now, I'm the only person on here right now because I just set this up. But let's say I wanted to type in a message to other people in the class. I could say, hi, everyone. I can't wait for summer. So I'm going to type that in, and right now it's not sending it to anybody. But if I click on here, I could type, if I press G, I could type it to either Mr. Adam Gingrich, and that's like the teacher, that would be me, or G's 5th 2012. G's 5th 2012, that's the whole class. So I'm going to type it to G 5th 2012. And now I don't want to connect it. Now you can actually post files and like links. Like if you find a cool link on, you know, like some site that's appropriate and you'd like to post it, you can talk to me first and then you can post a link. You could also upload a file. Like if you have a picture of like you're doing a really cool experiment at home and your parents are cool with it and you check with me, you can post that here too. But let's just say we just want to type this message. So I'm just going to press send there. Cool. Now it says, hi everyone, I can't wait for summer. Everybody who logs in is going to be able to see that now. Also, another cool thing you can do with this, you can actually change your icon. So let's go ahead and click settings up here. And you can choose, like, say I want to, well, you can upload your own if you want, but I'm just going to pick one of the ones I already have. I like to play soccer a lot, so I'm going to pick this soccer icon right here. And then I'll just go ahead and save. And go back to Edmodo. And now, whenever I say something, it'll have like a little soccer icon. Now, anyway, those are just some basics, and you can play around with it this summer. Just know that every time you guys post something, whatever, I will get a text message and email. So if it's not appropriate or something like that, if you can't, you know, follow, you know, the being respectful and responsible and safe thing that we do at school, I'll just remove your account and block you. But I don't think we'll have a problem with that. We haven't. I've been doing this for a year and we've never had a problem with that. Just, you know, stay cool, follow the rules, and if you have any questions, ask your parents. Remember, your parents are always the people you want to go to if you have any questions about what you're doing on the computer. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great summer, and you can kind of play on here, maybe see how it's, you know, talk to your new classmates, maybe get to know each other. I'm not going to post any assignments this summer, but next year we'll be using this all the time, so this is kind of like a warm-up. Anyway, hope you guys have an excellent summer.